Hello, welcome back to the Cultivating Gratitude Journey. We are on day 3 and we are ready to dive into expanding on people. Everything people. Now, even as a hardcore introvert, I admit, we have to people in life. Even after 20 years of customer service, food, call centers, everything, I do find it hard to people, honestly. I'm going to be upfront with you. But life is people. Like, we are social creatures. As human beings, we are here to be social. We are born into a family. It may not be a family that we are grateful for. We're not going to force gratitude again. If there's any concept here that you're not comfortable exploring or you really have nothing to be grateful for about, that is perfectly okay. Whether it's family, friends, co-workers, the public, strangers, dare I mention Karens and Kevins in the world, right? We can kind of laugh and joke about it, but sometimes we have to look a little bit deeper when it comes to humanity and the people we live with to find that gratitude and appreciation. So right now we're going to try to expand on everything people in a positive way. So grab your journal, piece of paper, your digital media. Again, pull out those more creative apps because we want to expand all the way around 360 degrees using my expansion grid. Again, we're going to get rid of linear thinking. If you want to start with a linear list, that is perfectly okay. But then after you have your list, we're going to take it and I want you to expand with the expansion grid bubble form. So let me throw up a few different categories here. When talking about people, it could be someone in the home, right? We have our family, whether birth families, adopted families, even as you grow older, we create families, from non-blood relatives. So whatever family means to you, that's what you want to focus on. Outside of the home, we can have school relationships, whether they're, from elementary through college. We have teachers, mentors, school staff, like counselors, janitors, anyone that comes to mind that has impacted your life positively. You can have an experience to appreciate over time. You want to write those down. We have workplace relationships, whether it's your first job or your 20th job, your forever job, your brand new job. We have coworkers, possibly. You have a boss or two. You could be working for yourself. So, if you've never had a job for someone else, you are blessed. Thank you. But try to imagine if you've never had that experience, like what you would be grateful for in a boss, hypothetically. So whether the experiences and items and people that you have, you can personally relate to, or more if it's more like a bucket list, wish list, both are perfectly okay and acceptable to add to your expansion grids. So whether you have had horrible experiences with family, people, friends, coworkers, school, staff, you can also focus on your ideal, things that you want to be grateful for. So that is kind of like an energetic trick too. If you really can't think of anybody in your life as an example to expand upon gratitude of people in general and specifically, then just start visualizing. You can visualize, be creative, imaginative about what you would like to be grateful for in these people. Especially when it comes to public relations, dealing with strangers, the one-time fleeting interactions we have as humans, going to the store, driving to work, driving to somewhere fun like an amusement park, whatever customer service, you experience, we want to focus on positive experiences. Who are your best cashiers you've had an interaction with? Have you had a really good customer service call? Food service, maybe like a miracle in that kind of form. Grateful for free food, those kind of things. You can write down your most satisfying grocery store experience, people who've helped you find something, in your time of need, whether how big or small it is. We're going to expand on people and how they affect us and what we really like and appreciate in life, because we really don't like and appreciate the negative experiences and interactions. You may have a lot of trauma from, family growing up, work trauma, that's a thing. I've worked call centers for 5 years. That is a thing. So we'll get there. But, we want to focus on positive growth. Remember, gratitude, we're asking the universe to send more of it back to us. Gratitude is acknowledging that we like this. Now, again, we don't have to be grateful for anything, and we do not have to focus on negative experiences, people. We really don't have to try to pull some sort of silver lining out of an experience where it's not there. All right, we're not going to force anything. So if you have to go through this entire people journey without really writing anything today, or even in the next 30 days, if you need to come back, to find some sort of sense of gratitude in people, I completely understand. And from human to human, that is perfectly okay. But having dealt with so much people in my life and just naturally introverted, people can become energetically tiresome at some point, right? You need to recharge. But the goal is to find your sense of humanity, right? People exist, they're not going away, but we can cultivate gratitude for the good, positive experiences. Because throughout life, we will continue to be social creatures, and we will need those supportive people, along our journey. So once we start cultivating this gratitude for our people, the gratitude will send us more of those types of people. The good people, quote unquote good for us. And who's good for me is not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for, your spouse, your kid. It may not be, an exact perfect match, but you want to focus on people in your life that you're grateful for, that you appreciate, the experiences, people to people, person to person, humanity as a whole, of what brings you joy. So let's dive into some examples on how I would do people gratitude grids, and then you can expand in your personal ways. Let's get started. Okay, so on your own time, I would like for you to explore those large categories of people. General, like in the home, outside of the home, different areas of life. But let's get into a little bit more specifics. If you want the fast track to cultivating gratitude in people, here are some suggestions to expand upon. First one, why don't we write someone or people in general, like it could be more than one, who have inspired you or would inspire you. If you absolutely cannot think of a personal example in your life up until this point of an actual living person that has inspired you, then try to expand, like a creative visualization. Imagine what an inspiring person would be like. And you can do a hypothetical people around your grid, right? So we can, who have inspired me? I mean, that's a lot to unpack, right? And again, with these days and, throughout the course, you may take more time than 24 hours, right? We just want to start thinking about what people gratitude, other specific gratitudes mean to us. We're not going to come up with a 100-point list in an instant for any of these topics, and if you can, that's great. Try to expand to 200, right? Until there's really nothing else to explore. But again, give yourself time. Sit with this. If nothing comes to you, that's perfect. Drop this, go do something fun, come back to it later. But when you're ready, there's a lot of different ways we can expand on people. If you don't want to list someone who's inspired you, who taught you something, anything. Remember, keep it positive, but, if you want to focus on actual life skills, grateful, I'm grateful for my dad teaching me some car skills before he injured his back. I think my whole life could be a little bit different if, he wasn't on workman's comp when I was a child. Kind of changed his whole life, changed all of our lives. Things happen, but having the experiences up until, 8, 9 years old of learning and seeing, like, oil changes at home, tire changes, those kind of things, basic maintenance, as an adult, and especially as an adult female, I'm very grateful for those experiences and that knowledge. So I would want to expand more. I'd, write about, dad and why, in specific, like oil changes, car knowledge. You can be as specific as you want or as general as you want. This is your gratitude expansion grid. So whatever meaning you give it is perfect. If you don't want to focus on inspiration and teachings, why don't you list people who have, made you cry or that you've cried with? Now, whether they could be some negative experiences there, but focus on like the positive. The silver linings can come up here. Like maybe the laughter and the crying. I gave it away. The crying was from laughter, right? Maybe you've cried in anger, but why? What is it about that experience that you ended up being grateful for? Maybe you're grateful for honesty between people. That's a lesson learned, anything like that. Honesty, integrity. You can be specific and general about types of lessons learned in life that you're grateful for, in people, like their characteristics, their personality. And I'm very appreciative of someone who's just honest with me, having dealt with manipulation and gaslighting in my life. So whatever it is for you, it's perfect. Write it down. Again, list people who make you laugh. I could list a bunch of comedians for sure right now. Even my dad, my brother, he makes me laugh. He is a little jokester. Like, that's just who he is. And I'm glad that he's in my life. And that's just his personality. Because I'm the shy introvert. So I need people to make me laugh sometimes. So I would put down, if I'm expanding this would be like its own separate grid, I'm just kind of combining it all on one paper. But you can expand as much as you want. And if you just want to do general people in the middle, and then go on to like who make you laugh, who inspire you, who make you cry in good ways, people who make you think, people who've made you love and understand love. I wanted you to think about these kind of feelings with people. Anyone that's lifted you up when you were down. I remember focusing on positive gratitude. Anyone in your life that you really want to focus on and give praise to, celebrate, because they have positively affected you and that you wish to see more of. So take that and expand on whatever people means to you. I'm going to throw up a bunch of examples. You can go all out and do them all over the day and the week, the rest of the course. Just pick one that calls to you the most right now. Especially if you want to start cultivating some people gratitude, be kind of general. Just list all the people in your life, like all the people I love. That's simple. People I love. You can go with your mom, dad, if they're on the list. Brother, my 5th grade math teacher would be someone that has influenced my life. Side note, I was bullied as a child, and that's when I gained my teacher's pet reputation, because the teacher allowed me to eat lunch inside and help instead of going outside and being bullied. So thank you to my 5th grade teacher. You know who you are. I'm not going to go into specifics just for the video, but if this was my own personal, not being recorded for y'all, I would go into a little bit more detail, kind of flesh that out, and just acknowledge, hey, that person and that kind of character I really appreciate. We don't really need saviors in life, but being humanity, someone like that can be very appreciative for some of us who need that. So list those kind of people. My cats are my people, so I'm just gonna add that there. I am gonna be the cat lady a little bit during this journey. It's fine, right? And even people I don't personally know. I love inspiring people, inspirational people. Right now, my personal growth, I am really appreciative of Brene Brown. Other authors, Louise Hay, Hay House, everything, kind of Hay House authors right now in my spiritual journey. I can list a lot of different ones, but Louise Hay, obviously, the start, really inspired me into energetic healing and the light language. So I would just start expanding, and then as you work your way out of the grid, you can act why? Why my mom? Why do I love my mom? Why do I love my dad? Why do I love my brother? Why do I love my cats? Why do I love Brene Brown specifically? Her work with vulnerability and authenticity. Vulnerability. So you can be as specific as you want, or general, but just keep expanding outwards. Whether it's a general, people I love, people who've made me laugh, people who've inspired me, people in the home, people outside of the home, however you want to do this, right? This is your grid, your gratitude list, but try to expand on just people and things that you are grateful for in regards to people. Hope this didn't scare you too much. Again, if you don't have too much to be grateful for with actual people in life, try to hypothetically write down what you would want to be grateful for. The people the universe can send you that you can be grateful for. Those qualities, those experiences you want to have, write them down. Even if you've never actually experienced them yet, energetic hack, go ahead and write them down. Tell the universe, yes, that is what I want, and I want more of it. So whether you have experienced it or not, just play with it. Play everything people. Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.